guys, Attic here with another Like It's figures we got on this week. Today we are looking at the GI Joe classified Cobra Richard Crystal Ball King figure from Hasbro. Now this guy is a Walmart exclusive, and I was actually able to get him earlier than usual thanks to the Australian website Pulp Culture. Now, real quick before we get into the review, I just kind of want to let something off my chest. One thing about me, especially with my reviews, I do let people know where to get them. If they're in stock, obviously. Like if there's, if they're still available, then, I'll let you know. There was a little bit of drama on my Breaker video where this guy basically got upset and was like, oh, you're just like the same old toy reviewers and you don't let anybody know where you get your figures and this and this and that and all this stupid drama. And I was like, what the heck is going on here? And the crazy thing about it is the guy, I know him. He actually is a person that was a Facebook friend of mine, and actually, we would talk and, we would let each other know whenever figures drop. So I didn't tell him about Breaker because Breaker sold out. So and then plus I really didn't get a chance to. Like I just ordered it, wasn't sure if it was gonna come in or not, and it came, and I was happy, and I made the video and I put it. And the crazy thing about him saying that, I did mention where it came from. I just didn't put the link up because I didn't have the link up of the figure. Now, when they came available, I did put the link in my comments, and I do usually do that if a figure is available to purchase. I've done this before in the past. So, it's also really sad because I did communicate with this guy. I sent a message to him. I said, hey, what's going on? And he blocked me, and he, I was just kind of surprised because, like I said, he wasn't a friend of mine, like a personal friend of mine, but still, I was kind of like, what? Like, the problem, I'm sorry, guys. I don't have time for man babies. I don't have time for people that get upset or jealous of things and want to take it out on you. I just happened to look on the website. I knew of the website. I checked it, and it was available. I ordered them. He came in. I put the review, and that's it. And same thing with this guy. I ordered him. He's out of stock. I don't have a link for him. If he does show up, I will let you know. And that's what I do. So, it's just stupid. But anyway, I just want to let that off my chest because I think it's just ridiculous how some of these people act. Come on, grow up, guys. These are just toys. We are not going to die and take them with us in the afterlife. They're going to be gone. They're going to be sold. They're going to be, showing up at different toy stores or wherever, or in the junk pile. I don't know. But, life's too short to be crying over stuff like that. Especially, and also not only that, just taking it out on people. It's just stupid. Like I said, I don't care about comments, meaning I don't care what people say. There's, people say some stupid shit. I'll block them or take them off or whatever. It doesn't really bother me. But for someone to cry about it and actually be someone that I knew of, that takes a different route. I just think it's crazy. But anyway, so let's go on and talk about this crystal ball. Now, the funny thing about this figure is back in the day, he was a peg warmer. Nobody wanted him. I do have him vintage, and I might pull him out. I think I put him away though. But I remember when I would go to the store and he was there. He was there for a long time. There was so many of them, probably, and it's just funny how now he is sought after. All the pre-orders are sold out. So, it's kind of insane, and he does look better than before. They did a good update on him, and I think that's one thing about Classified. What they do is they make an update. So we'll look at him closer when I take him out of the packaging, but let's go ahead and look at this box. As you can see, the figure's inside. You got all the green stuff here, whatever. His psychic, not psychic, but his powers, I guess. There's a Cobra emblem right there. Here's his attributes, and then this QR code on this side. Pretty cool graphic of him. I think that's really interesting. How cool that is. Actually really cool. So he is number 159 in the line, and here is the background of him showing the mask, and then his tattoos. He has some weird tattoos. This is my second one. I bought 2 of them, so this is the one I'm gonna keep in the box. I don't know. I might sell it later, or maybe I might do a giveaway. What do you guys think if I do a giveaway? I really want to try to get more subscribers in, and I think maybe a giveaway might happen. Maybe someone can win this guy, you know. Or Breaker. I still have Breaker. I gotta think about it. Let me know in the comments what you think, if I should do that or not. But here's a background of him. You know, he's here, and then you got the helicopter. Is that the Dragonfly? I don't know. That's not the Dragonfly, right? That's a different chopper. And I think that's looks like that's Firefly back there. So anyway, not bad at all. You know, he's different. Like I said, it's just kind of funny how a figure that everybody did not like is actually very popular. So let's go and get him all the packaging to get a closer look at Crystal Ball. All right, here's Crystal Ball out of the packaging, and I have to admit, he does look pretty cool. Like, I'm very, very surprised. I mean, I honestly, you know, I remember, I think I paid 50 cents or 99 cents for my Crystal Ball. I do remember distinctively seeing that on the pegs when I would go to there used to be a toy store by me and my best friend's house called Lionel Play World in El Paso, and I would go almost every single week or weekend or sometimes daily. And I remember distinctively looking into the GIJOE section, and this guy was there, and they finally put him on clearance, and I think it was 50 cents or 99 cents. I don't know. I finally bought him, and he was just there, you know. And it's so funny, but I definitely. Yeah, I'm going to pull out the other one, yeah, so you guys can see a comparison. But in a little bit, I'll do that in a second. But anyway, here he is, looking really cool. I'm actually loving all these colors on him, the browns and the different blacks and, you know, different things going on with him. His face sculpt looks pretty killer. I mean, he looks very sinister. I am getting Dreadnought vibes, to be honest, from this guy. But yeah, you know, he's got his black hair with the white, the gray hair on the, you know, on different sides. He's got the makeup down, looking kind of look like a vampire guy, right? He's got these 2 cool necklaces, one with the gold, I can't tell what that is, and then a green stone, I guess. Then here's a jacket. He has the fur and stuff like that, and the jacket goes all the way down, kind of almost like a, you know, raincoat, I guess, but it doesn't close all the way. Kind of tight. So then inside you got his brown and his gold accent, brown shirt or whatever, brown accent. And then you got the arms. You got this tattoo here. It goes on the back. Of course, I don't think the original had a tattoo. He's got his glove here. And actually, there's like kind of like claws on the fingernails there. And then on this side, you got another tattoo. I have no idea what these tattoos are. They look real cosmic. That looks like the, you know, the what do you call it? When the sun goes over, or the moon goes over the sun. Eclipse. There you go. Eclipse. How can I not know that? But yeah. And then he's got this, you know, brownish glove on here. Not glove, but the wristband or wrist. And then got some knuckle rings here. So yeah, you know, and then down to the pants, there's off-colored blue with a medallion on the belt. So he's very, very psychedelic. Oh, oops, forgot to take this out. Like I said, I was playing with him earlier, just to see. He's got that lot of different, you know, eyeballs and psychic things all over the stuff. There's a pattern on there on his gun holster. And then the boots, it's different kind of wrap boots, you know. It looks like kind of wraps on it, but I don't know. Very, very different. And this is removable. You can, if you pop out the arms, you can take this off if you want. But it looked kind of weird because of these cufflinks here. You can see underneath is the shirt. So that would be weird if you took this off, because you can't really take that off. But yeah, I mean, he is very, very unique. Like I said, I'm getting Dreadnought vibes from him. So that's Interesting. That's interesting. All right, so it does come with a lot of accessories. He wasn't a deluxe, right? No, it was a regular $24.99, I figure. But it does come with a lot of stuff, actually. So you did see this a little while ago, and that was his revolver gun. Has a little. Is that a snake right there? Is that what that is? Is that a snake or just a pipe? Can't really tell. Yeah, it doesn't look like a snake, but. And then his extra hand, which is kind of like a open hand. And like I said, there's a claw. Like he has like a kind of like a claw thing going there on the glove. And then we have his little crystal ball, which is pretty interesting because in the middle, you can see a skull, which is really cool. Wow. Okay. And I guess you can hold it, I guess, with this hand. Whoa! Cool. And then he's got this sword that is in this green, this beautiful green. It's like translucent. You can see my finger on the other side. He has a sword with the souls, I guess. I don't know. I really wish this one did come with a file card because it's really interesting what to read. He does come with a lenticular, just like back in the day, his lenticular shield, and so that's really cool. You can see the snakes moving and stuff. And then goes on top of that is this green shield cover, I guess. It's also in this green translucent plastic. It's really nice. You know, it is a little hard to get on. I was kind of like playing with it. You gotta like kind of like get it, you know, push it in there really good. But anyway, it goes on the shield like that. You know, I honestly prefer this, to be honest. But it's basically the same thing, except for it's coming out, you know. I think that's what the effect is. Very interesting. And then finally, he comes with this crazy extra head. Move the camera, move the box, which is freaking insane. Like, I don't like. What is this? Is this like looks like an octopus mouth? This reminds me of that movie, The Pirates of the Caribbean. Remember that weird sea monster head guy with the squid-like tentacles for his mouth? And then he's got those weird ears, like kind of like merman in a sense, with horns. Like, where did they come up with this stuff? Like, this is insane. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tentacles. He's missing one. If he's supposed to be like I don't know. This is so strange. Now, the crazy thing is I thought all this stuff would glow in the dark, but I don't think it does. Let's double check, but I don't remember seeing it glow in the dark. So no, it doesn't glow in the dark. So, but it is like translucent and stuff. So it's very unique. Like, I guess crystal ball, I don't remember the bio. I don't remember exactly back in the day. I don't have it in front of me. But I guess what is he? Is he like a sorcerer? I guess he's a sorcerer, right? So it goes, like I said, like that's when G.I. Joe goes into the deep end of the weird stuff, and this is really weird. And like I said, for me, like, I like it, and he is pretty cool. You know, not the figure of the year, but still unique. It's just interesting. Let me real quick grab the original crystal ball so we can kind of look. That's the only one, you know, since I have them, and we'll get to that, and then after that, my final thoughts. I'll be right. I finally found him. I did have him with me, and let's take a look. All right, so yeah, this is the original one. In a sense, of course, there's still a lot of similarities. Let me take this off real quick. I mean, of course, the hair is the same. Yeah, does he have red eyes on this one? Sort of. And then you got the fur, and then you got that weird thing in the front. So it's really, I mean, they kept a lot of the same things on him, except for, of course, this one has tattoos. And this one has brown pants. It does have the side holster with a gold gun. So yeah, I mean, so funny how I still have this guy. I just think it's hilarious. Oh, and I forgot about the articulation. My bad. So, you know already. I don't even think I need to do articulation anymore. So, but anyway. But yeah, this is interesting. Look at the little... I mean, this is definitely cooler, obviously. But yeah, this is... it's very interesting. Like I said, how... Because I mean, the pre-order for this guy sold out, like, instantly. Like, I didn't even grab them with the pre-order Walmart. And unfortunately, did I get him? Or maybe I did get him. No, I did get him. I'm sorry, but it did sell out. And like I did with Breaker, I messed up with the pre-order, and I used Klarna or somewhere so I can do payment plans on it. You know, just because I didn't feel like messing with the credit card. And of course, it tried to go again, and it instantly canceled. So, like I said, be careful with that stuff. You know, just use a reliable credit card. If you have a Walmart credit card, just make sure you're having the money in there. Target credit card, anything like that with your pre-orders, because they will run back if you don't put the extra money. Or, like I said, if you use PayPal or something like that, where the credit card can't run again, it'll cancel your order. But anyway, so yeah, this is interesting, isn't it? He seems older and non-cooler, but this one seems cooler now. Like, that's just so funny to me. It's just hilarious. All right, so let's go and get this guy on my turntable to get my final thoughts on the GIJOE Classified Crystal Ball figure. All right, here are my final thoughts on the GIJOE Classified Crystal Ball figure. Basically, the Walmart exclusive I was able to get early, thank God. Yeah, I mean, this guy is very interesting to me. I mean, like I said, I'm getting a very Dreadnought vibe with him. So I probably will display him kind of with the Dreadnoughts. But as you can see, he's all decked out with this glowy, crazy mask and stuff. And it looks really cool. Like, it actually does make the figure cooler. Just like Raptor is a really modern take and a different way of doing it. I'm just a little confused because, of course, you know, he's supposed to be a hypnotist. And it's going more than that. It's kind of like a he's ghostly thing, which is cool, which is kind of crazy. Like I said, G.I. Joe, they've gone, you know, they go off the deep end a lot of times with these figures. So it's interesting that, you know, this guy even exists, but that's how it goes. I'm loving the whole look of him. It looks really cool. I love the other headpiece. It looks really nice. You know what I mean? It's different. Like I said, this is definitely giving me Dreadnought, but with this it's just really cool and different. Like I said, I don't know how he fits into my display in a sense, and I think that's a lot of collectors are gonna think that because of the simple fact that, you know, where do we put this guy? Where does he go? Like, it's just a very strange figure, a figure, or not strange, character, I could say. But he's really fun, and I'm very, you know, happy that I got him. Like I said, I got him off the Australian website, Pop Culture. And the thing about it, a lot of people are kind of wondering of, like, wow, you know, is that an expensive, you know, is it expensive to ship? And it's really not. Of course, you know, if you got it on Amazon, you get free shipping. Walmart, you have to get a few to ship, you know, in order to get free shipping. But to me, I think now I found a place where I'm going to get my exclusives. I think I found a place because I really feel like you know, it's always a hit and miss when it comes to Walmart or Target, and eventually they do show up sometimes, but then, you know, I don't know. Like I said, like, I just grabbed, you know, I looked on the site. I was waiting for my breakers to come in, and I just happened to just look smart, and I just found him, and boom, and here he is. So, you know, that's pretty cool. Like, I'm actually happy about that. So anyway, so like I said, he's a Walmart exclusive. He is sold out at the moment. But I've seen a lot of Walmart exclusives on GIJOE Classified end up showing up. And actually, I've seen them showing up on pretty low prices. So I'm sure this guy will pop up. So I will keep my eyes out if there's any news on it. I want to give a shout out to Michael from Toy Habits, who actually gave me a heads up on another pre-order. because like mine was gone, and I actually have 2 on pre-order that I probably might cancel, or if anyone's interested, let me know. Maybe I can sell you when I have costs. I'm not trying to make a lot of money, or maybe I'll do a giveaway. Tell me about the give. Tell me what you guys think. I really want to try to get my at least 500 subscribers by the time we get to San Diego Comic-Con, so that way we can do some live shows from the show. I really want to do that. I'm really interested in that. So maybe I might do that as an incentive. I just got to figure out the logistics of it. But anyway, all right. So feel free to like, share, leave a comment, and until next time, Cobra. We'll see you later.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.